In just 24 hours, the Russian armed forces unleashed a devastating series of attacks, targeting multiple Ukrainian brigades, weapon depots, and critical infrastructure, delivering a crushing blow to Ukraine's military capabilities. The offensive, spanning across multiple regions in a single day, left Ukraine reeling from staggering losses. The destruction of vital military assets has dramatically shifted the dynamics of the ongoing conflict, marking one of Ukraine's heaviest setbacks in the war. In a single 24-hour period, the Ministry of Defense reported an astounding 1,670 Ukrainian casualties. Nearly 550 of these losses came from the West grouping's assault on Ukrainian brigades in Kharkiv and Donetsk. The center grouping's offensive alone claimed 535 lives, devastating key positions in the Donetsk People's Republic, DPR, while the South grouping's assault saw the largest single loss. 265 soldiers fell as Russian forces liberated Kurakhovo and repelled multiple Ukrainian counterattacks. The devastation extends beyond human casualties. In the span of just 24 hours, Russian forces destroyed 74 major weapon systems, including heavy artillery, armored vehicles, self-propelled howitzers, and tanks, crippling Ukraine's fighting capabilities. Among the most significant losses were the Leopard tank, M113 armored personnel carriers, 155 M777 howitzers, and self-propelled artillery systems, each representing a critical blow to Ukraine's military resources, severely weakening its ability to retaliate in the short term. The skies were no safer for Ukraine, as Russian air defenses shot down 128 military assets, including 12 HIMARS rockets and 115 UAVs. In just one day, these numbers reflect Russia's overwhelming dominance in the air. One of the most critical interceptions occurred when a French-made HIMARS guided aerial bomb was shot down, a vital component for Ukraine's offensive operations. Russian forces also launched precision strikes with operational tactical aviation, drones, and missiles, hitting 153 locations across the region, military airfields, weapon depots, and drone launch facilities, inflicting massive damage in a mere 24 hours. On the ground, Russian forces made significant territorial gains in just one day. In Kharkiv, the North grouping decimated 2 Ukrainian territorial defense brigades, while the West grouping advanced across a wide front, destroying multiple Ukrainian brigades and repelling 3 counterattacks. The South grouping's efforts led to the liberation of Kurakhovo in the DPR, forcing Ukrainian forces into a rapid retreat in under 24 hours. Along the Zaporizhzhia front, the East grouping made strategic advances, capturing key Ukrainian positions, while the DNEPR grouping in Kherson and Zaporizhzhia secured additional ground and inflicted casualties on Ukrainian brigades, all within the span of one day. Russian forces systematically targeted Ukrainian ammunition depots across the region, ensuring that Ukraine faces severe supply shortages and operational paralysis in just 24 hours. In the realm of electronic warfare, Russia's silent battle proved crucial. The ministry confirmed the destruction of key electronic warfare systems like Mirage and Quirtus, severely limiting Ukraine's ability to jam Russian communications and coordinate defense efforts within a single day of attacks. Furthermore, the destruction of counter-battery radar systems in the past 24 hours leaves Ukraine's artillery vulnerable, making it easier for Russian forces to inflict devastating damage. With over 70 major military assets destroyed and 1,670 Ukrainian soldiers neutralized in just 24 hours, the battlefield is tipping in favor of Russian forces. Ukraine now faces the grim reality of its losses and will likely shift focus to defensive operations and counteroffensives to recover from this unprecedented blow. As the conflict continues, this war of attrition intensifies. Yet, Russia's ability to maintain relentless attacks on multiple fronts across both ground and air signals a calculated long-term strategy to wear down Ukraine's resistance over time. In the midst of these devastating military developments, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken raised alarms about the growing cooperation between Russia and North Korea. In his final overseas trip while in office, Blinken described this relationship as a two-way street, with Russia supplying military equipment and training to North Korea, and plans to share advanced space and satellite technology.
Now, this is a two-way street. The DPRK is already receiving Russian military equipment and training. Now, we have reason to believe that Moscow intends to share advanced space and satellite technology with Pyongyang, and that Putin may be close to reversing a decades-long policy by Russia and accepting DPRK's nuclear weapons program.
Blinken expressed concern that this deepening partnership could see Moscow reversing its long-standing policy on North Korea's nuclear weapons program, potentially fueling further instability. The implications of this alliance extend beyond the battlefield, affecting global security dynamics in significant ways.